Well, wrestling fans, we are, okay, 5 days away from the 32nd annual Royal Rumble. Mind you, let me repeat that. 5 days away from the 32nd annual Royal Rumble. And quite frankly, SmackDown Live did a better job in building to the Royal Rumble than Monday Night Raw did. SmackDown Live did a better job in getting us excited for the Royal Rumble than Monday Night Raw did. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not sitting here cringing at the thought of having to bring this review to you as I do every Monday and Tuesday night. And honestly, I am looking a little bit more forward to some of the things that SmackDown is offering for us this coming Sunday. To be frank with you, it was a nice flowing build that SmackDown gave to us tonight. Andrade Cien versus Rey Mysterio 2 out of 3 falls. You had Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. Mandy Rose versus Naomi. Face to face, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles with Vincent Kennedy McMahon in the ring with them. All of that was on SmackDown Live tonight. Plus, The Miz versus Cesaro, which honestly is the one thing that I really did not care about. And honestly, I think that's the one thing on SmackDown that is cringeworthy and I just don't care about. But other than that, look, pretty decent show. And we also had Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Charlotte, which honestly, I even put this on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter at 2007 Webby for all of the videos that I put out in case YouTube does not upload them, as far as getting you notified, and Facebook as well at 2007 Webby. Would be much appreciated. But I put it on Twitter because I tweet out, as you know, as the show is going on live, that Charlotte continues to look like she is going to a funeral. WWE, I had no idea why they let her dress like that. She was wearing all black again, and she had black lipstick. I mean, she just looked like she was going dressed as a funeral, going to a funeral tonight again. Why? I do not know. Something's got to change with that. But other than that, that was even a pretty good segment, if you ask me. That wasn't cringeworthy or anything of that nature. Pretty good show. And a pretty good build to SmackDown Live's version towards the Royal Rumble. Now, a few things to go over when it comes to the Andrade and Rey Mysterio rivalry. It looks to be Samoa Joe and Mustafa Ali rivalry. Okay. Some of you I know are at home watching this right now and saying Mustafa Ali's buried. There's no coming back. Hold your high horses. He's not buried just yet. Okay? I understand. It's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, this garbage has taken place. Pretty much got dominated tonight. I agree with you. He had his spots in there, but Samoa Joe had, pretty much dominated this matchup, and he picked up the victory. Last week, the self-explanatory, Samoa Joe pretty much went down there and destroyed it. You got to build Samoa Joe up for the Royal Rumble matchup. That's how I'm looking at it. If this continues on week after week after week after week after week, then I will say there is no return for Mustafa Ali, and that Vinnie Mac has just got tired and grew old with him. Okay? I'm not saying that just yet. And honestly, I think it would be a miscarriage of justice if that would happen, because Mustafa Ali is a great talent, and he should have a bright future on SmackDown Live of everything that he was doing when he first got brought up to the main roster. I think everybody would agree with me with that. As far as Andrade Cien or Andrade and Rey Mysterio is concerned, look, every time these guys go out to the ring, they have put on instant classics. But we have seen this 3 weeks in a row now. Tag team match, a regular one-on-one, and a 2 out of 3 falls matchup. Wrestling fans, okay? I understand WWE is setting up for another matchup between these superstars because Samoa Joe interfered in the last fall at the end of SmackDown. So it's 1-1. WWE, build this rivalry up besides just matches. Have Rey Mysterio in the back cutting some promos. After he's in the promo, Andrade attacks him, throws him into the set, throws him into some barricade, something, beats him up, does his DDT on the concrete floor, something along those lines. Give Andrade some heat like that, building to a pay-per-view matchup. If you have us see this match week after week after week after week after week on SmackDown Live, the fans are going to grow tired of the match. Just are. And I don't think that is something you want the fans to grow tired of, WWE. The same type thing happened with Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. The fans grew tired of it because you shoved it down our throat either on the pay-per-view or Monday Night Raw. Week in and week out. Don't do the same thing with this. Do not. The Miz and Cesaro. Okay. The only thing on here that I really find that's cringeworthy, okay, and I'm not spending that much time talking about it. The fact is, WWE, and I'm going to talk more in depth about it tomorrow on my preview and predictions podcast. But The Miz and Cesaro tonight had their singles matchup, and quite frankly, I could care less because WWE played around with the storyline of The Miz and Shane McMahon for the Royal Rumble, and they're going to take the titles away from the Bar. And it's all leading to WrestleMania, where The Miz will eventually turn on Shane McMahon, and we'll see The Miz versus Shane. Pretty cringeworthy, if you ask me. I just have no investment in this. You all might, but there was a few weeks in there where they were building up, or they were at least pretending to build up, the Good Brothers, Sanity. I'll even go so far as to say that they even threw in the Colognes, because they did throw them in one week. They had the Usos in there, like they were going to build up like something with the Royal Rumble with all the tag teams. What happened? Poof! Forget about it. Vince McMahon would rather just have Shane on the Royal Rumble card. Let's be honest. That's what we're seeing. Mandy Rose versus Naomi. I said it last week. I hate to say it like this, but I think WWE took one of my ideas, because last week I said that whatever happened, Naomi should come out and rush and attack Mandy Rose. Whatever they do, I said that it should be, some type of a storyline where Naomi attacks Mandy Rose in the back, and they brawl into the arena. I said that last week because of the incident at the motel. Instead, Naomi does attack Mandy Rose, except it's with their matchup. Taking part of my idea, is somebody watching? Whatever the case. This is nothing more than trying to get getting Mandy Rose over. And it's working. It's working. Mandy Rose will get over here, and she will be eventually a SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Probably sometime this year, honestly. In the summer or in the fall, something like that. I see Mandy Rose, SmackDown Live Women's Champion. But Naomi is helping her get there. And Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Charlotte. Now, Becky Lynch started off the show just like she did last week, the man. And this really was just a segment. I'm not going to come on here and complain about it. It didn't really pique my interest a whole lot. It got the job done, right? She did mention that it's what she has on her mind is main eventing WrestleMania. Next thing we know, Asuka comes out and she's rubbing the championship in her face. Charlotte comes out, rubs all of her accomplishments in their face, breaking Asuka's streak, putting whelps and bruises all over Ronda Rousey's back, and probably still has bruises on her back, things of that nature, with kendo stick. Whatever the case. The fact of the matter is this. This coming Sunday at the Royal Rumble, And I will talk more in depth about this tomorrow. But a short version of all the things that we have seen leading up to the Royal Rumble. I think one of two things is going to happen. Either one, Becky Lynch is going to walk out of the Royal Rumble the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And Charlotte will win the Royal Rumble match. Or Asuka wins and retains the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And we have a 1994 Royal Rumble match in the women's Royal Rumble match as they repeat Lex Luger and Bret the Hitman Hart. And they both go to face Ronda Rousey. Now, if Becky Lynch beats Asuka, combining titles to have one, it's simple. You're having one women's championship as far as tag team titles is concerned. Does it make sense to have two women's championships? No. So combine them. That is the most logical way you can look at it. And there's no better place to decide that at than WrestleMania. And as far as AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan is concerned, it was a standard promo between these two, and they brawled. There's not too much to say about it. Daniel Bryan used the usual talking about how AJ Styles helped all the fans eat hot dogs and forced all the consumption of all the stuff that they were buying last week. And he's the planet's champion and not the people's champion. Things of that nature. Whatever the case. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens Sunday. And I'm going to go over tomorrow in detail what I think is going to happen with that this coming Sunday. But hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to leave me that thumbs up. Don't forget to be a subscriber. Don't forget to do everything I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, which is Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. And tune in to everything that's coming up this coming week. And until I see you again, catch you on the other side.